Welcome to On Today's Ride, and this week we're at Carlisle Tesco's in the rain. Well, of course, I'm actually on a road trip, and Carlisle Tesco is just a stopping off point to refuel with donuts and petrol before heading further north, crossing into Scotland, and then heading for a little town called Lennoxtown just outside Glasgow, because tomorrow is the World Championships road race men's elite. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping the weather improves somewhat. So one of the great advantages of having a camper van is that when you take a mid-journey break, you can have a little lie down. You can also, I'll show you, you can also make a cup of coffee. So I've got a little cooker in here. I've got two bikes in here at the moment, and normally I'd get those out first, but it's pouring with rain, so I'm having to share space with the bikes at the moment, but I can still manoeuvre around them. So yeah, I'm halfway to Scotland. Well, no, I'm more than halfway to Scotland, but Scotland is a big old place, so I'm about halfway to where I'm going. So I'm going to a little town called Lennoxtown, outside Glasgow. I'll park up there for the night, and then tomorrow I'll go and ride out onto the Crow Road, so a climb, and I'll meet the race. And then I'll ride into Glasgow and catch them, because they're doing 10 laps of a city circuit in Glasgow to finish the race. So hopefully, the forecast was dreadful, so I was in two minds as to whether to come today or to wait for a few days, but it's supposed to be getting better as we go further north. Don't see much evidence of that so far, and today is supposed to be the worst of it, so not good for the downhill mountain bike world championships that are on this afternoon at Fort William, but should be brighter for tomorrow. Anyway, so we'll cross our fingers and take a little rest now, and then we'll drive on a few more hours up to Lennoxtown in Scotland. Fantastic. And here it is. Welcome to Scotland. I think that's the beginning and the end of my poor Scottish accent. I think we'll leave it there. UCI, Cycling World Championships. Excellent, that's where we're headed for. So we enter in Dumfries and Galloway, which is, there's some good mountain biking there, and I've focused on that area in the past, but this time I want to head more to Aberdeenshire, which is further north and east. So we will continue past Glasgow tomorrow and head up to Aberdeen, but tonight we're headed for Lennoxtown, and it's barely raining, certainly better than it was in Wales. Okay, so pulled up in Lennoxtown. It's dry, hasn't rained since, it did rain when I got over the border. It hooned it down, as the Scots would probably say, just coming over the borders, but since Glasgow it's been dry, and the forecast is dry for the rest of the afternoon, so I thought, why not get out in these lovely hills. These are the wonderfully named Campsie Fells. I love that name, and this road is even better named. This is the Crow Road, and it's quite a famous climb this way. It features in the Greatest Climbs sequence series, if you know that, and there's a mural of Robert Miller at the bottom, which I just took a photo of. And the Crow Road is, of course, also the title of one of the books of my favourite authors, Ian Banks, Scottish author. He died a few years back, sadly, but The Crow Road is an excellent read if you haven't read it. Very funny, very Scottish, just very lovely stories. So I'm going to ride up and over the Crow Road. I'll do this side, I'll go down the other side, then I'll turn around and I'll come back up and over, which is the way the pros will be coming tomorrow. I mean, I'll look over my shoulder, because you never know, maybe Poggy will come blasting past, get on his tail. No chance. Okay, and that's the top. Just got pipped at the end by someone in a Dutch national jersey, so maybe a pro. He's a bit out, a bit late, I would have thought. Got a ride in the morning, mate. Anyway, I gave him a run for his money. Okay, now the downhill. I'll film it, but it'll be windy, so I'll probably put music over it. Okay, here we go.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
down in one piece. Nice descent that. We're back down in Lennoxtown in front of this fantastic mural of Robert Miller, who won the, as it says on the plaque, won the mountains classification. So he won the KOM jersey in 1984, a long time ago. Okay, so back in town, pick the van up, and then drive back up the mountain and find a place to chill for the night. See you in a bit. Cheers, Yekida, Slancha. Yeah, so I'm parked up. I parked up in a different place, but it was really midgy. And if you don't know what midgy means there were a lot of midges. And midges are these tiny wee beasties that you get in Scotland. You get them in Wales as well, but in Scotland it's famous for it. And they're tiny little things in swarms. And they bite you. They don't bite you bad, not like mosquito, but they're very, very annoying. And when they're out, and when it's windless, which it is tonight, that's it. I just had to retreat to the van. So there were a lot of midges and there was no Wi-Fi. So I've moved to this little lay-by in the middle of nowhere. Rain's coming down a little bit, but I'm sorted. I got my bikes. It's quite a good arrangement. I get my bikes, both of them, I take the wheels off and get them in the front seat in the driver's cabin for the night. And there we go. Have a beer. I can get the mountain biking on from this afternoon. World Championships, watch that, and some dinner. Bob's your uncle. And then see what's happening in the morning with the race. Okay, laters. Well, it's race day. It's 8:40 in the morning. Thought I'd come and ride a bit of the course. It's super clear out. I said there might be a bit of rain this afternoon for when they're doing the laps in town, which isn't ideal. But for us spectators, it looks like, and I say this with caution, that we might stay a little bit drier than was to be expected. Anyway, so they're setting up signs on the course. There's people out and about. There's quite a few cyclists out. Had a good night's sleep. Still very midgy out. So I've been hiding in the van most of the time, trying to avoid it. But yeah, fantastic view. And yeah, after the race, I'll be heading back over here and north into those mountains. So looking forward to that very much. Okay, about now till the race comes through, and we're just hitting the Crow Road. It's all happening. I hear cowbells. Quite a few cyclists out, and it's sunny. It's fantastic out. I mean, toasty it isn't. It's about 14 degrees, but it's fine. It's lovely. Do a couple of climbs, you soon warm up. It's windless, which means midgy, but I'd say conditions pretty good. That doesn't mean it won't rain. Scotland is, I think, the original location for the famous saying, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes. Because it could all change. But great, there's a lot of people out, a lot of cyclists, load of cyclists. Last chance for the KOM on this one. Okay, here we go. Main peloton coming. There's the chopper, just hovering. Got to get through this crowd. See who we can recognise at this speed. It's not a very steep slope here, so they're going to come past at a fair old rate, I think. Long old wait for a few seconds of excitement. Basque flag, Yorkshire flag. Person standing in the road trying to film. Give lots of space. Oh, I don't know. Right to the edge of the road, so out the road. Hey, allez, allez, allez. Woo. Pretty fast. There they go. Didn't recognise too many. Still a few stragglers. caravan. Eritrean at the back, gritting his teeth. Going very casually, Canadian. Go on, Ireland! Moroccan. Now just a stream of team cars, so that's it. Excitement over, but now I'm going to head down into town. They've still got a long way to go, a lot of laps around the city centre. Everything delayed by about an hour for that protest. Still a few riders. So yeah, I'll get a bite to eat, head down into town, see what we can see. Hopefully it stays dry. Let's go! Well, that was Matthew van der Poel out in the lead. 1 lap to go, can't hear a thing when they start banging the boards. Poggy not far behind. Here we go again. And outside the football ground of the mighty Partick Thistle. I never realised they were a Glasgow club. I'm not a big football fan myself, but there you go. Anyway, so that's it. That's the end of the Worlds. I don't think I'll be giving it away because I won't post this for a few days, but Matthew van der Poel, first Dutchman to win in 40 years. Pretty impressive. Looked like a tough race. Very glad I came up. Very glad I came in this afternoon into the city centre. That was fun. A lot of people. Big crowds. Really good. And that's it. I've only been here a day, and that's the end of my first video. So the Scottish exploration continues as I head up towards Aberdeenshire for some mountain biking. Okay, on today's ride, out.